big story breaking, certainly in England in the evening, was the fact that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is in the running to buy the club. This is a gentleman who I think is like the 113th richest person in the world. He was linked, of course, to buying Chelsea earlier last year, James.
Yeah, and I think that is relevant to this conversation because Rain Group, with the bank, the merchant bank that have been instructed to undertake the Manchester United sale, they were also in charge of the Chelsea sale. And what Jim Ratcliffe did then, when Chelsea were available, was he kind of bypassed the entire process with Rain Group, and right at the end he made this cash offer, which matched the one that the Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital Group eventually had accepted. This time he's stated his case right at the beginning. He's gone to Rain Group as they're trying to assess who's interested and to vet people from there. And I think that's significant because it shows that he's serious this time, that he wants to get in on the ground floor, jump through the hoops that Rain Group will make every interested party manoeuvre through in the next sort of weeks and months. And, the fact that he obviously therefore has something of a relationship with them is good. He obviously knows the Glazer family. I think he's on record talking about having met them and trying to acquire the club before when they weren't interested in selling. He is a lifelong fan, which should theoretically sit well with some of the supporters. I think he's got a very credible case. And most significantly, of course, which I think most Manchester United fans will want, he's got the money. They've been owned by a Glazer family who leveraged debt against the club ever since to acquire it in the first place. They've taken money out ever since. This is a guy who I think is Britain's richest man. His estimated wealth ranges anywhere between 10, 12, 13 billion pounds, something like that. And United's price tag will be less than that. So he can afford it. And it's significantly as well, I should add, actually, that Chelsea offer he made, that was all cash. He said he's got cash in the bank ready to go. So This is not a guy who's got money tied up in other assets or, he's not struggling liquidity-wise. He can put together a serious offer, a credible offer very quickly. There's a lot to recommend him.
He's already got a football club in his portfolio, Frank, Nice. What has he done there since taking over?
I'm still waiting. I was very excited to see him coming to Nice and changing the club to a bigger club, coming from somebody who as James said, has all the money needed for a French club to be one of the top. Well, Nice is 10th in the league. They brought back Lucien Favre from Dortmund. He left Nice before to go there. It didn't work. He's been sacked like 2 weeks ago. They got some English players like Ramsey, Barkley. They got Pepe from Arsenal there. But they do well, but they're very average, and you can expect better. I guess he's not a big fan of Nice. He's more a fan of Manchester United, and maybe he's going to put more money and more hopes on Manchester United if he goes for that. But I'm quite disappointed with what he did with Nice so far, because we see nothing coming, like we saw with Lyon, with Paris Saint-Germain, and some other clubs some people bought them and invested in them. I don't see the investment, getting paid really by the results.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.